Hello and welcome to this session of the course. So today we are going to be talking about carousel design in Photoshop. So carousels are a set of images or a content that a viewer or a user can browse through by swiping or clicking, just swipe, majorly by swiping. So carousel, the images that are contained in carousel, it could be 2, it could be 3, it could be 10. They contain connected information, so you have to like swipe from beginning to the end to read through details and see other contents that are in the images. So like they are passing, just like using multiple images to pass a message. So you are detailing the message, so you're breaking it down for each images so they can swipe to understand. So that's basically what carousel is. Today we are going to be making a carousel for a marketing agency. It's just a fictional stuff. It's a fictional agency, nothing serious. I'm just going to show you guys how to create something like that. So I'm going to, first of all, this is the blank frame. So I have some images that are already prepared. These are like 3D images that I got from freepik.com. So I got them from freepik.com. So I'm going to use them for my design. So I think I should just walk you guys through how I got these images. Probably just one. I think I'm still in my search for freepik. So this is Vectidi, this is freepik.com. So I came here and I searched, I think the search was 3D public address system icon, something like that. So let me see. So when you come, you just like search what you want. I think the network is slow on my end. So once you search like this, you see 3D public address system. It's going to show you different options here. Some of them are premium. Like if you see anyone with this crown, this yellow crown, you know it's premium. You can't download it unless you have a premium subscription. So you can actually subscribe to Freepik Premium, so you can access premium files. They have a lot of stuff. They have photos, PSD, vectors, AI images, a lot of stuff here. You can even like remove the background of your image using Freepik. So that's about. So now we are focusing on like the icons, 3D public address system. So if you look here, you see the one I got here is the first one. If I go to Photoshop, so you see, yes, this is it here. So this is the first one. So once you want to get it, you just click on it and then you see a download button here. You download it and then you can access it. Some of them are PSD, some of them are AI EPS, that's for Illustrator, but yeah, you can just save them from Illustrator and use them, or you crop it anyways, anywhere you want. So that's how you search. So anything you want to just search, you just come here and search it. You just come here and search it. So I got the other ones by saying 3D marketing. Let me see, 3D marketing icons. Yeah, so you see it gave me a list of icons that are related to marketing. So as you can see, I have like a couple of icons here. You get a couple of icons, so I can just click on any one and download it and use it for my design. Okay, so next up I would go to start creating the carousel. How we can start. So this is the blank frame. This is actually 1080 by 1350. Let me show you here image size. So you can see, put it on pixels. So you see original size 1080 by 1350. This is like the normal Instagram portrait frame size. So save this. Okay, yeah, then first off, I already created a color palette for the brand. I want to, like, the fictional brand. So I'll just drag and drop the color palettes from here. So basically I'll just drop it inside here like this. So this is it now. So the next thing I want to do is to add a background. So I'll go to solid color from this place, and then I want to use this blue background for this particular one. I will now save it like this. Then I also wanted to add there's this line pattern I want to add at the back, so I'm going to bring that into the design as well. This is it. I saved this from vectizi.com. So this is the line pattern. So I want it to be like all over the frame from top to bottom. So I'll just like, so we have it like this. And then I would put this I'll find a suitable blend mode for it. I think soft light is cool. So this is it, soft lights. So I already crafted a note for the carousel I want to create. So that's what you do when you want to do a carousel design. You need to like put down notes that you will use. So I'm just going to go to where I kept the notes. It's on my Google Docs here. So this is the notes. So the title of it is marketing is the lifeblood of your business. So this, I'll copy the first one. So when you're working on it, you can it could be any kind of notes. It could be even MS Word. You just paste it there so you can easily copy instead of typing on your keyboard all the time. So you can have the notes prepared. So when you go, you just have to paste and, continue your work. So this is it here. I will now put this, marketing is the lifeblood of your business. So I actually want to style the font in a way that the marketing is going to be really bold. So let me break the fonts like this. So the font I'm using is Jest. So let me try another one. Let me try Rethink, because this is Rethink. So I'm going to make the size of the texts big, so it's going to be bold. Let's say this 13. Let's say 60, for example. Let's see 60. Oh, 60 is too big. So let's try 30. Yeah, 30 is fine. Then we are going to adjust the leading. As you can see, the letters, they are hitting each other. So let's adjust this to 24. I don't want the space to be too much, but at least it should be legible. Yeah, so 24 is okay like this. Then let's make the marketing itself bold. Okay, no, not the color. Let's add the boldness. Let's make it to be extra bold. That's just the marketing. Then the rest of the text, I'm going to I'm going to change their font weights to, let's say, medium, for example. So like there's going to be that clear difference from the marketing. Yeah, marketing is the lifeblood of your business. Yeah, so let's leave it like this. I think the kerning is let's make this 28 for example. 28. Okay, 28 is, let's just leave it at 24. 24 is cool. So marketing is the lifeblood of your business. So I'm going to place this like this. Yeah. So, but first off, let me try and let me use the rule. If you press Ctrl R, you're going to have your ruler. Mine doesn't show in my frame. I don't know. I think I have an issue with my Photoshop software. So mine doesn't show in my frame here. So I'm just going to drag it. But when you drag it, it comes, but it doesn't show in the frame. So let me do this, so I can have a guide of where my text is not supposed to fall out. So this is using rules. So if you can also go to view, I think either Windows and I think there's an option from here to apply ruler, character, adjustment, paragraph pattern swatch. So let me see view. Here you can see it's under view, so you see ruler. So if you come under view, you can also press Ctrl R, or you come under view, then you see ruler. So you can just click on the ruler. You see it's going to pop out like some ruler options for you to drag this and measure, have a dimension for like where your details are going to fall in. So this is it. Marketing is the lifeblood of your business. I'm going to place this pattern at the back is kind of distracting, so let's drop the opacity a bit. I'll just let me say opacity and then drop it down slightly. Yeah, I'll leave it at 60 so we can clearly see our design. We can clearly read the text. That's the major attraction. So another thing I want to do is, let me try changing the color of the marketing itself to this yellow to see if that will make a necessary good difference. So let me see, marketing. Yeah, I think this gives us more contrast. As you can see, marketing is the lifeblood of your business, even though the yellow is not that sharp as the whites, but anyways, we'll just leave it like this. Marketing is the lifeblood of your business. So they know we're talking basically about marketing because we're like projecting it to business owners. So now the next thing I want to do is to bring in these icons here. So now I'm going to place this icon first. It's going to be on the front cover of the carousel. Then I would drop the opacity. Yeah, I think I want to like rotate it like this, then yeah, something like this. So what will happen is I'm going to take the text up a bit. So now the idea is that when I create the second frame, the remaining part of this public address system that is out is going to follow up, is going to be visible on the next frame. So I'll take this up a bit. So now next thing is for me to bring in the logo of my fictional brand. So this is the logo here. I'm going to drop the size and then I'll place it at the top. So it's not always like, you must not always place it at the top, though for most brands they prefer it to be at the top. You can even place it down here, you get. Yeah, but for this one I'll just place it at the top. So I have placed the logo at the top, so the logo is where it's supposed to be. So basically the next thing I'm just going to do is to add a swipe icon and a button, which is going to indicate that if they swipe left, they are going to continue reading. So I have brought out, I think we're done with this particular 3D stuff, so I'll just close this project so I can be able to access other ones easily. So from this particular, these are like different arrow icons here. I saved this from, I think, yeah, from either Vectizi or FreePic. So I saved it from Illustrator to I saved it as a PNG. So then I brought it here. I can just use the lasso tool and cut it. Yeah, so I'll cut it. So I just do layer via copy, and then I will drag this and drop in here. So if you go to FreePic or Vectizi, you can just easily search anything, arrow key, signboard, anything that you want to get. If you search there, you see related icons, and you can get free and paid ones depending on if you have a subscription or not. So for this one, this is it. I'm going to place this arrow like this, and then I would double click on the layer. From the layer panel here, I'll double click on it, add a color overlay. I'll leave it at white so at least it can blend with the color. So then I want to add just a little text here, swipe. So let me just type swipe. Then I'll change the color to white, and then I'll drop the size of the font. Let's say I want it to be small, and it's not going to be bold like this. So I just want to put it, or should this be a different let me see, let me try the idea I had in mind. So I put the swipe like this, then I'll drop it from extra bold to regular. This particular font, Rethink, it has extra properties that you can toggle. You can toggle it to like change the features here, but not all fonts has this extra properties like this. So then I'll leave it like this, or let's try medium for example. Okay, I think medium is okay. Swipe. So yeah, it's okay like this, so they'll know that okay, they are prompted to swipe next. So here you can probably add any other thing, maybe the contact details in the down, but for this one, let me just say, for example, want to add websites. So just say paulspromotion.com, for example. Like I said, this is just a fictional brand, it's nothing real. So just add this pause promotion. I'm going to take it above this, and I'll drop the size very small, let's say 8, and drop this to, let's leave it like this. Okay, I did not add .com. .com. So yeah, so they can be able to see it. Let's try 6. I really just, it's not like, okay, maybe that 8, then I'll center it. Yeah, so that's that about, this is going to be the front frame. Yeah, this is going to be the first frame that anybody will see before they'll be able to swipe to the further screens. So next up, I would like to put everything, all these things I've made, I would like to put them in an artboard. So this is my color palette, the background. So when you want to like create an artboard, when you want to create an artboard, a new artboard, so the first thing you do is to create a new layer. So I'll come down here and say new layer. I need to be on top of each other layer. So okay, I'll just tap on this new or you can press Shift Control N to create a new layer for you. And so now I'll now right click on the new layer, and from all these options here you find Artboard from Layer. So you see Artboard from Layer here. So you could say Artboard from Frame, but the one I constantly use is Artboard from Layer. You see Artboard 1, so you can like rename it, but for now I'm just going to use the default name, Artboard 1. So Artboard 1, so you can see like it grouped everything inside this artboard. So you only left out the color palette. So whenever you create an artboard, any layer that is not on is not going to be included in that artboard. So you need to like all the layers that are necessary to be that you want to add inside a specific artboard, it needs to be on, because once you do it like this, it's going to like group the ones that are visible from the artboard here. So the color palette is not visible. We not really need it like that. Okay, you see, as I turned it on, it included it here. So anyways, I'm just going to leave it in there. So now I've created the first artboard. The next thing I want to do is to duplicate this particular artboard so I can have the same background, and just remove the details I really don't need, like the swipe will not necessarily be needed here. So first thing you do is you can hold Alt from your keyboard, and then as I hold Alt, you can see that the cursor, so I'll release the Alt, for example, you can see that the cursor is just black. So if I hold it, you see that I hold Alt now, and there's an extra cursor. You can see it's black and white. So now I would come here, so once you hold Alt, so there's an extra cursor here now. So once you hold Alt, you come to this artboard key here, you can even see the arrows already, then you drag. You can hold Shift as well, so it will go like on a very linear form, and then you can see the artboards are two. So another way you can do it, for example, is to just hold on the artboard, and then you can just drag it from here and drop it on this plus icon, and you can see it gives you two artboards. So you can work with anyone. You can, okay, now if like for example now I want to make another one, I can just click on this plus icon, but the only thing is that it doesn't give you the artboard with the same elements inside. So we want the elements. So I'm going to, yeah, this is the second artboard here. So the next thing I want to do is I want this public address system should to like the side that cuts from the first frame should continue in the second frame. So when someone is sliding, it's still giving that same motion. So I'm going to, the way I do it, I haven't like discovered a, let's say, a more formal way of doing it, or a better way of doing it. What I do is I create a shape, for example, like this. Yeah, 1 2 3 action. So I just create a shape, so that this shape now will help me, just like a little guide. It's not like it's compulsory to create the shape, but I just feel like this shape now, when I drop the opacity a bit, I can be able to see the other edge, the side that it cuts from. So then now I'll drag this one, I'll tap on this one from the second frame, and then I'll hold on Alt again, hold Shift at the same time, Alt and Shift, so it will move on a straight horizontal movement. So I have that straight horizontal movement. So now if I zoom closer, you can see that there's this round yellow stuff inside here. I know I have to move it till I see that round yellow stuff, and I could see that from here, from this space, there's a little space left here. So I can just, okay, let's say 1 2 3, I shift it leftward 3 times. So I think this is going to give us that continuation. So whenever you're doing something like this, you can still go and check, and maybe after exporting, if it doesn't look nice, then you can as well just go and adjust it. So the next thing is to copy the details that will be necessary for the second frame. So for this second frame, I don't need the swipe. Okay, I think I do need it, but it should be like, let's say here, and I'll just drop the opacity. Like, you can work with any strategy that you want. So probably you might not really want the swipe to be there. It's still the same. You can just leave it. I don't really want that stuff. Their website at the down, so I'll delete that, and then I'll go ahead to, let me delete this rectangle shape here. So I'll go ahead to copy the details and bring in the icon for the second frame. So as we all know, this one was the first frame, so it's carried like more bolder fonts. The second frame and subsequent frames are not going to have like really bold font like this. They're going to actually be visible, but not as bold as this, because they might carry more text. So let's go and drag in the other text here. So let me see. So it says the headline, introduction. So marketing versus no marketing. So let me copy this. Yeah, let me copy the first one. So that will have like a sub heading before a body. So let me use this yellow and paste it. Marketing versus no marketing. Then I would delete this. Then this one now I would drop the size very well. Let's say from 30 I'll take it to 16, for example. Yeah, this should be okay. 16. Then I would reduce the leading, let's say 16 as well. So marketing versus no marketing. Then I would bring in the other text. Let me just duplicate this one. So when you're working on this, you can just work with like duplicate your font instead of typing it over and over again and trying to get the whole font and all that. So just copy the text and just just change the colors and size if necessary. So here I'm going to paste in the full body text. Like carousel, you don't necessarily need to have like long text all the time. You don't necessarily need to have like long texts. So here, let me see, I'll change this one to white, and then I'll bring it down a bit to like this. Then change the font weight to, let's say, semi bold. Semi bold. So this one, I might not necessarily want it to be like one-sided. Yeah, I might want it to like, okay, yeah, let it be a bit extended. So it should be like this, for example. Yeah, I think this works nice. So marketing versus no marketing. With marketing, your business attract customers and grow. Without it, your business struggles to be seen and may fail. So I also drop the lead in here slightly like this. So this is the body text now. So I think this is okay like this. You don't really need much complications. Yeah, because this is something people are going to read. They're going to like read it. You're passing a message, so the actual message is in the text, so it should be like legible. Then the other elements like the icons that I'm adding is just like additional elements just to buttress your point, just to make your points clearer. So I'm going to bring in the second icon for this marketing. Let me see which one. Okay, I'm done with this swipe layer, so I'm going to just turn off this arrow. So marketing versus no marketing, I really don't know which one to use for this, the icon to use for this. But anyways, let me try bringing this. But I think so I actually wanted us to have like, you know, lay icons for each frame. So like little icons for each frame, something like that. But let's see how this goes. So you can actually just do it any way, like any way you feel is necessary. So I actually think from my points here, this particular icon works for another point and not this one. So we have three. Okay, the power of marketing, what marketing does, then simple strategies. So this particular icon I brought was actually for simple strategies, because it's like giving that, let's go back to Photoshop, it's like giving this, that's that point, like you're hitting something on the point. So let me leave this here, then let me like check for more icons. So I've gotten suitable icons for for this particular frame. So what I'm going to do is to delete this one. This particular one is going to be for probably the third frame here. So let's see. Yeah, I'll use this one, bring this here, drop the size like this. So it not necessarily needs to be as big as the one in the first frame. So this could just be icons that are just playing around in the entire frame, something like this, for example. So let me bring in this other one too. So I want the both of these should be used for this frame here. So because one of these includes marketing versus, like indicates marketing, and the other one indicates lack of marketing. So I could actually just bring this like this. So this is my own idea. So you can work to create yours, like do what makes sense to you. You get what makes sense to you, work with the icons, and yeah, so you don't necessarily need to be exactly the same way. So whenever you're working on something, you know what works. Some brands you might be working on, this kind of icons might not really work well, so you can use human beings. Some carousels don't even necessarily need any icons or image or all those things. You can just go with the text, but you should still pass the message. So this is the way I'm going to leave this one. So marketing versus no marketing. So since we're going to be having just same frames going on and on, we're going to like duplicate this artboard again. So I'll rename this second artboard to artboard 2. Then I would same way, come hold alt and drag the artboard like this. So as you can see, while I was dragging, you can see that it gives this auto, it snaps, like it's snapping, and it's giving me the sizes in pixels. That's the intervals, the size between each of the artboard, so you can know how to structure it. I think this one slightly moved out a bit, so I'm holding alt and shift like this, so so if you just hold only alt, it's just going to like double anyway, but alt and shift to give you a horizontal straight movement, and it will also duplicate it for you. So yeah, this one now what I have to do is to delete this and delete these two icons. So since we have this one continuing from this, so we can do, let me move it in a bit like this, left a bit, so we can have the red part of this icon here moving into this. So what do we have to do? I have to check which part of the icon it actually ends here. So let me, so I'm going to uh so I'm going to tap on this particular icon in this artboard, and just hold shift and drag it like this. So if you zoom closer, you can be able to align it properly. So if you can see here, as you can see here, we have the edge side of this artboard. It's more like the edge end of this one. So just like shift this one to cut from the edge end like this, for example. So let me zoom through and just look at it proper. So yeah, I think this works. So next up is to change the text. So for the next from our list here, we have what marketing does. What marketing does. So I will leave out this, the power of marketing. You don't necessarily need to. So I just go with this, what marketing does, because in carousels, when creating carousels, I try to like curtail the information very well, so it won't like be carrying too much stuff so people can actually read. So I'm going with just this, what marketing does, as the heading. So back to Photoshop, then what marketing does, and I'll paste it here. So I'll leave it like this, and then I'll go and copy the body text. That's the remaining part of it. Marketing brings in new customers and so on. So I've copied the body text, and I'll just go back to Photoshop, as usual. I'll just paste it. So now here necessarily don't need to start styling it. Like I said, if you're copying, just copy the same, duplicate the text. But here we actually didn't need to duplicate because we already had the text here. So just copy this and paste it. And let's say for this, I need to like take this up. Yeah, I need to take this up like this. So yeah, I think this works. So what marketing does, marketing brings in new customers and all. Yeah, so which icon am I using for this? What marketing does, so I think this one should go for it. So I would bring in this, what marketing does. So yeah, I'm just like styling the icon. So in case you are wondering why I am rotating it like this, I don't just want it to just be straight. Like it might not really look nice like that. So let me do it this way. It looks better like this. So I really didn't want to cross over to the next artboard. So I think it's okay like this here. Yeah. So yeah, this works fine. So next up, we're going to duplicate the layer again. So duplicate, I'll have to duplicate this artboard again. So what I'm going to do is to rename this one to artboard 3. Anyways, I can just go. I don't necessarily need to be renaming it, but when I work, I sometimes I just try to rename the folders so I can have clarity on what I'm doing. So, but okay, for now, I will have to delete this icon here. Yeah, I'll have to delete the icon there. So next up, I'll copy the text for the fourth frame. Yeah, I think this should be the fourth frame. So let's go there. Simple strategies. So easy marketing tips. So I'll just copy easy marketing tips as the heading. You get, then I'll go down here and then I'll paste it. And then I would yeah, so for this one now I'll have to like style the font. So let's say I'll make this bold, extra bold. All the headings I'll make them extra bold so they can give more contrast. So same with the SEO, I'll give it an extra bold. Yeah, so as you can see, social media posts, yeah, so it goes like this. So now I need to bring in the next icon, easy marketing tips, which is where that hand with the, yeah, where this one comes in now, easy marketing tips. So as you can see, the icons that I use are related to what is written on the screen. Yeah, so I didn't just just jump into conclusion, like just use anything. I actually looked for icons that could work for depending on what is being written there. So I'll place this one like this. Yeah, I'll place this one like this. I could bring it here, but it's not going to it's not going to work based on the level of the placement of the text. It's going to be like leaving space here. So since our arrangement is not like strictly on the left hand side, we can still have icons at the middle. So icons here is not bad. So this one now is good here, and then I'll save this. Then up next I think is going to be the last from point here. So these are like the benefits why marketing matters, the benefit why marketing matters. So let me just copy the heading since I'm here. Then I'll just go to this place and I will duplicate this frame again. So duplicate this. So for the sake of clarity, let me just rename this adboard. This should be adboard 3. This should be adboard 4. And then I would hold alt again. Then this is this should be adboard 5. So next up is to, as usual, we'll change the details for this adboard, which is adboard 5. So I'll just go here, copy my text. Okay, when marketing matters, I have copied that already. So I will just paste this in here. Just paste this in here like this. Then go next up, copy the body text, and then I'll paste it. So yeah, so this is it. Then next up I'll just bring in the last icon for this one. So since I'm done with this one, I'll just close all this one. So yeah, this is the icon I want to use for that's the last frame. So what it says what's okay, why it matters. easy tips why it matters. Okay, so I'll just come here. This one, it did not give me an option that's a PNG option that I can just easily drag. So what I have to do is to just come to the quick selection tool, and or I just okay, select subject. So I just remove this particular icon here, this particular 3D icon with the whole element, the stuff here. Then I'll move it to the other frame. Okay, so I think this is okay like this. Then I just use layer via copy, and then we have the PNG version of it. Then I'll drop it here. So I'll have to delete this one and reduce the size a bit. So I observed a slight error on this one. It has this part of it that I did not actually crop very well. So yeah, so as you can see, we all have this. This is what we have now. This is the entire carousel. So what is left is actually to add a last frame, which is the conclusion frame. I think that one I'm not going to use an icon. It's just going to be a text. So I'll just drag. I'll just duplicate the artboard again. Duplicate this artboard. Then I mistakenly deleted it again. So I'll duplicate this artboard like so. Then I would delete this. So let me copy the last frame so you guys can see. So this is like conclusion, but I don't really need to put the conclusion. This is just like strategies you need to use. So take action now. Don't wait. Start improving your marketing today and watch your business grow. So yeah, I'll just copy everything. Yeah, so I'm just going to use this particular bolder text, sorry, for the entire stuff. So let me delete this other one. Let me delete this other one, and then take action now. Don't wait. So let's see. So I'm trying to style it in a way that, because I'm thinking of placing the text at the middle, so we can have like, okay, I think it's still better like this. So this is just, it just depends on what you actually want to do. Then I'll just, let me try and increase the size a bit, 18. Yeah, then I'll go to text, and then let's make this take action now. So same way, let me just make this white. So I didn't had much time. For the sake of this video, I don't want it to be too long. I can take my time to decide how to still style this. So but anyways, I'm leaving this like this. Take action now. We don't waste time improving your marketing and business and growth. So then I would need that same that their websites here again. So I'll just duplicate, did not duplicate it. So I need to hold so yeah, so this is the last frame. So what do I need to do? I also need to delete this swipe, or I would flip it. So this is the swipe. I would flip horizontal, so you can see. so it indicates that they should swipe back. Okay, I shouldn't have flipped this swipe itself, so I would flip this back. Yeah, so then this their website, now I can maybe put it here and make it a little bit bold, so people that want to contact them can, hit them up. So it doesn't necessarily have to be just websites. You can add their number or any other thing. So what I need to do, I think this color doesn't work well, so what I am thinking of doing is to create a stroke, something like this. Then probably I'll curve it slightly like this, and then I would turn off the fill, and then I would make it a stroke, let's say white, and then let's say stroke size 4, for example. Yeah, then so like I just wanted to point their attention to this particular promo, pauseng.com here, so I'll just drop it down. I think it's hitting the edges too much, then I'll drop it down like this, size 8. No, 8 is small, so let's do 9. Yeah, it works fine. So let me take a look at that last frame again. Yeah, so this is it. So we're actually done with the carousel. So depending on the details that you have, you might need to add more frames. You might not have up to 6 frames like I have here. So this is just an example of a simple carousel design. So you can use this strategy, include your own. It don't necessarily have to be exactly like this, but just remember, if you're working with a brand, work with their brand colors, get necessary write-up details that suits their brand and actually passes the message. And then if you're using icons, if you're using images, let every element that you include to the design pass a message. Let them not be contradicting one each other. So for example, you are using a text, and the icons that you are including are contradicting the text in a way it's not going to like really make sense. So if you're working on something like this, ensure that every element works fine. So and another thing, try to keep your carousel designs simple. Just remember that the essence is for people to read it. So in some cases you might not even really need long text like this, like mine here. You might need just shorter text. Some people just have like very very few text and they pass their message. So pass your message with carousels in the shortest possible way. So thank you for watching. See you in the next video.